assembled guests, if you are able, please stand. Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Dame Cindy Kittle, Governor-General of New Zealand.
E honore he kororia he mau ngā rongo ki runga ki tangata o te whenua. E whakaro pai i ngā tangata katoa. Aro haina ngā teina me ngā tuakana e noho nei rungi te whakaro ko tahi pai mai.
Kia ora everyone, please be seated. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā iwi o ngā hau e whā, tēnei aku mihi mahana ki o koutou. Nau mai, hara mai, ki te whare kāwana ki Tāmaki Makaurau. Kia ora mai tātou katoa. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Government House for today's investiture ceremony. I'd like to specifically acknowledge Mr. Joe Harawira, our kaumātua, and Ms. Puhiwahine Tibble, our kuia. Hosting investiture ceremonies is one of the most important duties that I perform on behalf of His Majesty, the King of New Zealand. I'm delighted to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join with me in congratulating them. Mr. Ward Kamo will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Dame Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Dame Jo Brosnahan of Auckland, for services to governance and business. Dame Jo Brosnahan founded Pūmanawa Kaiarahi, Leadership New Zealand LNZ in 2003, serving more than a decade as chair and serving currently as chair of the Ambassadors. LNZ has produced over 700 alumni representing business, iwi, community and social services nationally and who contribute to a connected culture of leadership in New Zealand. Dame Jo is an experienced chair and director and has led a wide range of successful organisations and projects across education, research, local government and infrastructure. She chaired North Power Fibre from 2011, Maritime New Zealand from 2018, and has chaired urban design and engineering consultancy firm Harrison Grierson since 2019. She was the founding chair of Tai Tokarau Education Trust in Northern from 2014 to 2019, supporting digital learning in low decile schools. She is an advisory board member of Auckland University's Centre for Brain Research and is a past chair of Land Care Research New Zealand. She develops future leaders and directors through program development, teaching, and mentoring. From 1991 to 2004, Dame Jo was a CEO in regional government, including 5 years with Northland Regional Council and 8 years with Auckland Regional Council. Dame Jo Brosnahan, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Ms. Karen Smith of Auckland, for services to sports governance. Karen Smith was CEO of the New Zealand Olympic Committee from 2011 until 2022. She has overseen New Zealand's representation at Olympics, Winter Olympics and Commonwealth Games, and focused on athlete well-being, diversity and inclusion. She was instrumental in establishing the Olympic Women's Leadership Academy in New Zealand. She has been a member of the International Olympic Committee, IOC, Sport and Active Society Commission, and was on 2 IOC bid evaluation committees. She is Vice President of the Commonwealth Games Federation. She was a driving force behind the Commonwealth Games Federation Transformation 2022. Ms. Smith is a founding member of the International Working Group, IWG, on Women in Sport, and was on the New Zealand Advisory Board that steered New Zealand's successful bid to host the IWG Secretariat and Conference. Ms. Karen Smith, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Emeritus Professor Paul Williams of Auckland, for services to geoscience and environmental science. Well, Emeritus Professor Paul Williams has held several roles at the University of Auckland, including Deputy Dean of Science and head of the Geography Department. He led establishment of environmental science teaching. He led the 1974 Waitomo Cave Research Project and directed the 1983 Upper Waitemata Harbour Study for the Auckland Regional Authority. He researched and assembled New Zealand stable isotopic data spanning 125,000 years. He is a world-leading expert in karst landscapes, landforms and aquifers formed by the dissolution of soluble rocks. He is a member of the World Commission for Protected Areas, an expert specialist for the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, IUCN, and counsellor of the IUCN Geoheritage Specialist Group. Professor Williams has authored books which remain foundational texts for geological and geographical research and teaching. Emeritus Professor Paul Williams, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Ms. Kiani Matatasipu of Auckland for services to the arts. Kiani Matatasipu, te Waiohua, Waikato, Ngā Puhi, Ngā Tipikiao, Rarotonga, Mangaia, is an artist, journalist and photographer. Her practice focuses on reclaiming Māori and Indigenous women's knowledge and identity in the wake of colonisation. She founded Kiani Plus Co., working with diverse organisations as a writer, editor, advocate, curator and mixed media producer. She founded Nuku, a social impact enterprise using multimedia to celebrate the sovereignty of Indigenous women and reduce racial discrimination and social exclusion. She wrote and published Nuku, Stories of 100 Indigenous Women. She is co-founder and communications and political strategist for the Soul Protect Ihumātao campaign. Ms. Matatasipu is a trustee of Makaurau Marae and supports Te Ahiwaru Hapu. Ms. Kiani Matatasipu, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Mrs. Sue Reardon of Whangaparaoa for services to nursing. Sue Reardon has worked as a nurse throughout Auckland, including at Ponsonby Medical Centre, Takapuna Hospice and Browns Bay Medical Centre. She was a practice and diabetes nurse at Manly Medical Centre in Whangaparaoa, where she continues to work as a healthcare assistant. She played a key role in introducing diabetes self-management education in the region by leading a registered nurse-led clinic once a week. She helped obtain funded nursing educational support for the medical centre from Comprehensive Care, a primary health organisation. Mrs. Reardon was often asked by doctors to share her clinical expertise and knowledge regarding diabetes. Mrs. Sue Reardon, please come forward. The Reverend Wu Tek Nam for services to the Korean community. Reverend Wu Tek Nam pioneered the Hanuri Church, the largest Korean church in New Zealand, where he has been senior pastor for 30 years. He has led the church in providing a range of services, social groups and classes, including a mother and a baby program, a weekly class for senior Koreans, and services for couples to work on family and relationship issues. He is involved with educational programs for Korean children. He has helped Korean immigrants settle into New Zealand life and has supported Korean international students. Reverend Nam supports a range of community organisations. Reverend Wu Tek Nam, please come forward. Mrs. Pat Wyatt of Rotorua for services to netball. Well, Pat Wyatt has been administering netball in Rotorua since 1966. She is a qualified New Zealand umpire and has trained new umpires in the region. She has been the draw steward for several tournaments. She computerised the Rotorua netball draws and has been treasurer for Rotorua Netball and Netball Rotorua umpires. She has assisted at national championships, New Zealand age group and New Zealand secondary school tournaments, and is a qualified bench official. Mrs. Wyatt has been a member of the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic franchise for 20 years and involved with the Silver Ferns. Mrs. Pat Wyatt, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, you embody the sentiments expressed by Nelson Mandela when he said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the lives we led." I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you once again for your service to our country. Kia ora, uhuhi mai tātou katoa. Now you will see on the back of your program the words to the national anthem in Te Reo Māori and in English. I now invite you to join with me and stand to sing both of these.